Welcome to Blend LA. I'm DJ Big D.
And I'm Dave Slayer.
And on this episode of the Blend LA podcast, we have Yaw Appiah, who is a DJ and producer from Ghana, now resides in Los Angeles. We'll be talking to him, talking about his journey here, what he's been up to, his whole take on house music, and his, let's say, gumbo, if you will, of his style of music and producing. Whole bunch more. But for now, let's catch up with my man Dave Slayer. What's good?
Well, before we catch up, I'm excited about this episode because, his music is fire. It's fire. It's some of the hottest amapiano and Afro house music that is out there today. So he's one of the people that we're, the kind of person we want on our show to let people know that this music is ascending. It's not dying anytime soon. So excited about that. So yeah, let's catch up. What you doing, man? What you doing, Wendy?
Where did this come from, man? This is it. This is what I gotta deal with.
No, it's not. How you doing?
Yeah, well, doing all right, man. Like everybody else, trying to muddle through this whole thing. You know what I mean? Trying to stay safe, like everybody else. I've been saying that quite often. Trying to stay safe.
Is my lighting off?
I don't. Is your lighting off? I don't know, man. I don't know about your lighting, man. I'm not.
Guess I have to work. I can lighten it in post. But still look good though.
Okay, that's
so
what
yeah.
we're
What's
about.
going on in the SC?
Yeah, because you asked me a question. I was answering your question, but you go ahead and worry about your lighting for Christ's sake. You got Elena Dietrich's come dealing with over here.
So one of the questions I always like to ask when I see you, what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a little rosé, man. Got my rosé campaign pushing. You know what I mean?
Rosé for the
just rosé. What I had on hand, kind of thing. A little rosé, and not too heavy.
Liquor cabinets get low these days because you really don't want to go out with the variants.
Listen, man. Why are you making a joke about the variants over this piece? I don't get it.
I'm just saying. Yeah, my liquor's low. I don't have a lot of liquor, and I'm not trying to just go get liquor with the craziness. So you got
a phone, don't you? You got a phone.
Yeah, I'm not big on ordering
delivery. Oh, you're not big on delivery. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If I can deliver damn anything I need, you know what you want. I mean, you're not picking. You know what you want. At this stage of the game, you got your favorites. You got your go-tos. Yeah. You got your brown liquor, you got your light liquor, you got your wine, red, white, rosé.
There you go.
Cabernet, Pinots, Chardonnay, no Chablis up in the camp, Merlots and Shirazes.
When's the last time you heard of Chablis?
You gotta be an old player, know about a Chablis player.
You pronounce an S or you don't pronounce an S?
Because of how much Chablis I've had.
Is that a real word or is that like a made up word?
Who probably is, man. Probably is a made up word. Who knows? You ever been to the town of Chablis? No. I've never been there. I never even heard of it. Well, I could be wrong.
As a matter of fact, I've met men and women with all kinds of names, but I've never met a Chablis.
Never met a Chablis.
I've met a Hennessy. Well, she was at Sam's, but Sam's is closed.
I met a Hennessy too. I've met a Hennessy. For sure. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So all is good.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to keep it together, man. I'm interested in getting on with real living, if you will. But I'm gonna wait my turn and do the right thing. In the meantime, in between time, stay safe, stay at home, make some music. I got a couple of photo projects that I'm working on, which has been great. I've been having a lot more photo projects come my way. So I got a couple things in the hopper to kind of knock those bad boys out, which is great. Gives me to think a whole different way. Music and then there's photography, which is great. So that's about it. I'm getting ready. We have a trip that has been planned for a while. So I'm going to go to Mexico, San Miguel Allende, with my wife. I'm going to be there for about 10 days. We'd love it there. Probably be the last time we get a chance to go back there because Lamont is, I think him and Janine are not going to be staying. I think they're going to be wrapping up their time. They've been there for about 2 years, and I think they're Gonna wrap it all up and come back to the States. So this is probably one of our last opportunities to spend with them in Mexico. Hence why we're keeping the date. So we'll stay
Okay.
safe.
Well,
But they don't play down there, man. I'm telling you. No. Do you
this is
have
a real
no?
podcast. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you with the
I know
realness,
you
man.
guys do it safely and all that.
Matter of fact, we're not even staying. Let me tell you how safe they are. Let me tell you how safe we are down there. How safe they are. We're not even staying in the same house as them.
That's not my concern, but
What's your
it
concern?
shouldn't be my concern. You guys will be fine. I just hope you make it and get back safely. That's all I can say.
Don't worry about that, man. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all
Okay.
right, man. It's not taking any major chances. I'm not gonna be running naked in the streets of San Miguel, for God's sakes. I'll be this.
Not, I forgot we're on a podcast. It's not Miguel that I'm worried about. It's about getting on that fucking plane.
Oh no. The plane is the least of my concern. I'm more concerned about the airport than the airplanes. Trust me. The airplanes is a smaller confined space. You think the airlines are going to be having people contracted through their system in air? They've been on top of that since day one. They have to. They disinfect before they go. They disinfect before they have new people come on. They let you wipe. They give you wipes. The air gets filtered every 6 minutes. Is brand new air in that plane, man. So that's not my concern of being on the airplane. Plus, it's a direct flight, which is also another, caveat. The fact that we're not transferring. And like I said, we went to St. Thomas recently, so that was a way longer flight, 2 airports. And we came home quarantined, and we're all good. Taking a test before we go, and a test on the way back. Staying on top of our COVID responsibilities.
Okay.
We ain't reckless. Okay, a little cynicism in the voice, but whatever. Man.
Okay, everybody. This is not like a promo to fly. It's like some people have to go some places, and some people don't. I just wish you guys safe travels, and when you get back, I think
Won't be seeing you. I got it to you. Don't worry about it.
No, I want to see you, and you're gonna have to get a test when you get back, so I can see you sooner than later. Because I love you guys.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it.
That's
Get a test done. I'll take care of business, man. Don't worry about it.
Go right down by the stadium.
No, man. No, I got insurance plan. I ain't gotta go down no damn.
I got insurance too.
Then why you going out to the stadium for? I ain't doing the drive-through. I'm doing appointments. I have an appointment, and when I get there, there's no one there but me. And I walk. Yeah, I have an appointment.
I forgot we're on a podcast. So, but are you getting tested when you come home? That's my concern.
I just told you that. I'm testing before. Matter of fact, I don't even have to test before I go. I'm getting tested 3 times. This is what's happening. I'm getting tested on Tuesday before we go. That's just an insurance for people who are there. That's for Lamont, Janine, blah, blah, blah. Say, get there. Great. And then I have to get tested to come back into the United States. So I'm getting tested there.
Yep, it's a lot.
Okay? And then after that,
says so.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the CDC says you got to get tested before you can come back.
Right. And then when I get back, I'll quarantine again and do another test.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I want to hear, player. Because I haven't seen you in like 30, it'll be 30 days tomorrow.
I don't know, man.
So
player, calm down. I mean, what you want me
I
to do?
wish you guys safe.
Don't worry about it. Everybody gonna be on top of it, man. We on this bad boy. We're treated like a redheaded stepchild.
You know me, dude. I'm just concerned about you guys, but I know you'll be safe. And tell Janine and Lamont I said hello, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they don't play down there, man. They don't play. I think that there's some of their precautions we could take note of, man. I mean, they're in the streets disinfecting. They got trucks. They got people with disinfect. I mean, they don't play there. They're double masking. There's a lot going on, and they actually have very few cases in where we're going. Very few cases.
You know what I thought was so crazy when all this started almost a year ago is that I was watching the news and I was watching like a couple months into it, and they were in different countries. I think one of the main countries was China, and there are trucks and people going up and down the streets like spraying things, and I'm like,
yeah,
why in the fuck did that not happen here?
Never. That's what I'm talking about. That's in San Miguel. I see that. They have hazmat suits on, and they're in the streets at night doing that shit. Absolutely. Don't see it here. Do you see them downtown doing it? No.
No. Well, It could have to do with the clown that just left office, but whatever. I think we're in a better
Yeah,
place than
man.
we
No,
were
no,
this
no,
time
no.
last
Did you see
year.
it anywhere? Anywhere. Anywhere. Any street.
No,
Nowhere. No.
it's kind of weird. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
this bad boy got politicized for the stupidest of reasons. It's just the erring on the side of caution just to keep people safe. Listen, I don't want to get into that whole thing. I'm just like,
Right.
this cat is gone, and we gotta get on the trail. These things are monsters to deal with bureaucratically in any way you slice it. If we learn
Hmm.
anything from Katrina, things don't necessarily work according to plan, even if you have the best plan or any plan. They
And
don't
it's
go accordingly.
and especially if you're a refugee. That was the craziest shit.
Well,
Katrina, they were calling black folks refugees.
that's
Anyway,
what
that's
they
a
saw.
whole nother story.
Yeah. In your own country, we know refugees.
Anyway,
It's poor people.
yeah,
We don't have an empathy for poor people in this country. For sick and poor, you can forget it. If you can forget it, we moved towards something far less than humanity. The way we treat each other, and this is this highlights how we are
yeah.
with this treatment, with this social distancing, when individuals not wanting to have common courtesy to protect each other. So,
Well, hopefully, 2021 is a lot brighter.
well, we have a couple of vaccines that are coming online. People are starting to get it, and hopefully those bad boys will ward off the new variant that's coming from wherever. That'll help. Hopefully, we can get people back into schools and the kids and the teachers and can feel safe about doing their jobs and performing and getting kids a proper education. Because I'm sure it's hard on kids and parents, man. It's got to
It
be. I don't
must
have
be,
any kids,
yeah.
so I can only imagine how this thing is, man. And you got to throw
Right.
in the new math on top of it and some new math. Oh
I
God.
mean, which when two and two equals five, it's a lot of
I've seen some stuff,
challenges.
man. I've seen some stuff. I'm like, whoa,
I
what?
saw some because we don't have kids either, but I saw some of my nieces some math problems. I think I looked some up on Google. I'm like, wait a minute.
Some
When
of
I
it,
was,
the math. Okay, some of the math
it's
that,
ridiculous,
that I
dude. Come on,
saw
really?
is that you're not really counting.
Right?
You're
It
using
is.
you're using a form. You're code breaking. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's how I saw it. You were code breaking, not using your brain to figure out the equation. You're just using an algorithm to break a code.
And then it could equal three. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Two and
No, the
two
way they do it, yeah, this all
is
lines
four.
up. This all lines up. It always comes up to this. I get it, but you're not using your brain. You're looking for that magic algorithm to come up with the key to unlock the answer.
Yeah.
Anyhow, man,
So
it ain't
yeah,
for
let's
me.
get back to most important. Yeah, the kids in schools, people back to work, all the important stuff, and then live music and even DJs like us.
Even the not important stuff, I think a lot, we're gonna need a
Yeah,
lot not so important stuff. I mean, the important stuff is what we're dealing with right now:
right.
staying at home, social distancing, that kind of stuff. We're gonna need some of the not so important stuff. We're gonna need to be able to take a drive somewhere, ease your head, go to the beach, go see some relatives, some friends you hadn't seen in a while, some catching up, some phone calls, some dinners out here and there, whatever. Go to the movies, God forbid that, we can go to the movies again and whatnot, whatever. We need to like figure out, travel again. I think that's going to be a big thing for me
Oof.
is traveling. I can't wait to really, really get into it the way I used to get into it. So, and then that just opens me up. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was looking at some some photos and videos of our last trip, which was to Morocco. It's like over 3 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get on a plane. Well, I can wait to get on a plane, but I can't wait to be in a whole another land, whole other language, different culture,
yeah, yeah,
experience.
yeah.
I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Late 2021, we got to be somewhere else.
got to be somewhere else, and there's somewhere else. They got to be ready too. They got to be ready
Yeah,
too, man.
this
You
shit
know what
is
I mean?
global, so it's not just like if you have five five blocks in a community, two
Right,
blocks can't be COVID free, and the other three still got COVID.
right,
It
right.
all
That
is a
doesn't work.
global
That
situation,
doesn't work. Right, right, right. I
unfortunately.
mean,
So
we
yeah.
normally do our Valentine's Day party. I say Valentine's. You know, brothers, I always say Valentine's. A Valentine
Valentine.
Day party it happens on the day, February 14th. And
Mm.
last year we didn't do it. We were in construction, and then right before then, COVID hit anyway. So that was no
Understandable.
right no afterwards, right? I think afterwards COVID hit
Yeah.
after right after that. Surely that, but we were in construction, so they couldn't do it that year. And then this year we were looking forward to doing it, and couldn't do it this year. You know what I mean? So, like I said, with the best laid plans of mice and men, don't always work out that way. Don't always work out. You gotta roll with the
Nope.
punches. You gotta roll with the punches. So,
Yes.
yeah, and we've
That's the
been
great catch up.
okay. So that's it. No. So
Thank you for
coming
coming,
up,
folks.
my man, Yaw Appiah on the Blend Valley podcast. We can't wait to get into that and get into some of his music. Coming up next on the Blend, everybody, Yaw Appiah. Stay tuned. This is Blend LA. We do this for the culture of house music.
We want to welcome you to Blend LA podcast. I go by Day Slayer,
I'm DJ Big
and
D.
that's DJ Big D. And on this episode, we have Yaw Appiah,
Yeah.
Indeed.
living in
Yaw Appiah.
LA, born in Tema,
Yeah.
Ghana.
Ghana. Yep.
So tell us a story, man. How before how you got to LA, how
hmm
was like what was your musical influences as a kid in Ghana? Was it
Oh,
high life, Afrobeat, James Brown? I'll let you tell that.
I would say all the above, all the above. I grew up in the era of Afrobeat, actually, not Afrobeat, but highlight the real Amachi
Ah,
days, the real deal. Um, High school started this music thing. When I was in high school, actually, I think that's when Afrobeat actually started. In the
okay.
midst of, we had the Sarkodie's, we had the Dr. Crimes, we had those R2Bs. They were doing the Afrobeat. Some guys from the UK. So that's what actually started tapping into music. Doing little mixes and all that stuff with Miss Craft and Cat and using Pro Tools at all that time, way back. So that's what
Okay.
actually, yeah. But I actually grew up with high life, and then jumped right
Okay.
into Afrobeat when it became crazy. I saw the era of Afrobeat involved pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So as a kid, is it true that your mother sent you guys to church like every Sunday? And that's kind of
Yeah.
where you picked up instruments at church
Yeah,
and
every
started
day.
playing instruments there. How old were you at that time?
I think I was I think six. I think I was six, seven.
Wow.
You always go to
Okay.
church. If well, in Ghana, every most of us grew up in a Christian home.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
church was the place to go. You have no other choice. We weren't able to party. It wasn't like parties like now
Hmm.
that we didn't have Zoom calls. We didn't have no tablet. We weren't landing on Zoom calls. We didn't have no tablet. So if your mom is going to church, it's like, let's go. Come on,
Mm,
because you have nowhere else to go if you're not going to school.
Right.
So my mom will always take me. My mom was always take me. Said church is a good place to be, and then whenever we
okay.
go to church, she'll push me straight into where the guys are, the big guys are
Hmm.
playing instruments, and I'll be sitting in the back. When something drops, like a mic drops, I was the guy who rushes to go get a mic.
Right.
When the
Right.
snap falls, I was the guy who gets it. So it was a gradual process. So after church, when my mom then will be having meetings, church meetings, I will be the only person waiting. So I would
Mm,
just playing the drums, just making noise, hitting some keys, playing with the bass guitar and all that stuff. So, it was just growing up seeing that. I saw that all the time.
So did this last for a couple of years, a few years from 6 until like a teen,
I
or
took my whole life.
until you? Okay, gotcha. Is there one instrument that stands out, or do you do you play all the instruments to this day?
Oh, it's just one drum. I'm okay with drums. Um, but the piano was the eye catching one for me
Mhm.
because when I was a kid, I always thought it was the fancy one, and once you play the piano, all the girls like you. So
Yeah. Enough said. Yeah.
all the girls like you,
Wow.
So I was really really eager to learn. Regardless, I wasn't even it wasn't about the craft. It was about showing off. And you know how to do this at
Right.
church.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and it became part of me. It became part of me growing up. Church became
Okay.
normal. Every Sunday
Right.
you have to go to church, regardless, rain or shine.
Regardless.
Even my mom even stopped telling me, "Yeah, come on, let's go to church." I will be ready on Sunday. I was leaving before she would even come to church.
Mm.
So it was just a growing up how I was cultured and I was trained to always be at church.
Okay. Okay. So when did you guys jump over to the US? Were you an adult, or did your whole family move, or was it just
No, it was just me. It was just me. The good story behind it was basically, all my family are back home. My
okay?
mom, my dad, my sisters, everybody's in Ghana.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I wanted to go to the U.S. When you're a kid, you try to, you saw. I used to see all the stuff in Hollywood, and I just wanted to go to the U.S. So I started actually looking into it. So I think I had a chance to come here on those lottery visas.
Mhm.
DV lottery visa came to 2014, and that was
Hmm.
when I actually job came out here, and that's been it. In the city of LA, not knowing a lot of people, just trying to survive pretty much, and connecting,
Okay.
networking with
So you
other
had no
people.
other family member in Los Angeles, but so how did you pick of
Damn.
all the states? Not New York. I mean, it's a little closer, even south, if you will. Bump
Yeah.
it, go straight to LA. What about
Well,
LA attracted you all the way over here?
it was just the weather, pretty
Hmm.
much. I knew as a kid the snow wasn't my thing.
Got you.
I knew as a kid,
Yeah,
like
because
the snow wasn't my thing. I don't know why, but even till now, I cannot
well,
stand the
I could.
snow.
Yeah, I
I,
can see
I
that.
think I know why, because Ghana is like averages 90 degrees and 7 degrees lows year
It's in the
round.
equator. It's in the equator, man. It's in the equator.
You weren't going to Connecticut.
Yeah, not happening.
so
No.
Smart move.
so you were producing music in Ghana before you came then.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
With that, it wasn't like a bigger production. It was basically like doing remixes pretty much, and getting somebody's song on LimeWire. We used to use LimeWire back in the day.
Wow.
Woo!
Back in the day. Woo.
Shout out to
28 bit
LimeWire.
rate, 92 bit rate. Get
Shout out to
it how you
LimeWire.
can get it. I
uh,
understand that.
LimeWire, man. LimeWire has been the plug for a long time.
No doubt.
We jump on LimeWire to download music, and those times we had there was a website called Ghana Motion. You can go on there to download people's music and people's beats. So
Okay.
that's when it actually started with me downloading people's music, people's beat. And the funny thing was, when I was in high school, I was the entertainment prefect. We have something like an entertainment. You're the main guy to go to. So I was in charge of organizing high school parties, high school, all that stuff. And I
Right.
was actually a DJ. I DJ, I make the mixes, and I DJ for the whole school.
Damn.
So that's when the production actually started. It was a learning process, mixing, casting, putting two or three tracks together. But the real production actually started, when I got here. That's when I realized, oh, I think I can do this. And that's when everything picked up. Trying to create my own sound, pretty much,
Okay.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
So you were
wow.
producing, not knowing you were producing at the time, so to speak. You're already ahead of the game before you
I
even
think
got here.
so.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So did you actually DJ in Ghana, or would you just DJ a couple of the school parties, or you actually DJ? You're
Oh,
also a
just
DJ.
school.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool. It was just pretty cool. Because at that time we didn't know being the DJ can become a big profession. Like now, just more lucrative. It was just like we were having fun at school. Um,
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
I think I have something on
S-
my screen. Okay, we're good.
So when you won the when so when you won the lottery, you said 2014,
2014.
and then you landed in LAX. What did you
Line
think when you
Alex.
stepped out of the airport?
Man, so this is the funny part. Here's the funny part. Actually, this is what happened. So I landed in LAX. I was outside waiting. So we're in Ghana. Where I thought, there's buses, going back and forth. I would just,
Right.
grab a bus and just get out. Because I had a friend. If my friend was supposed to pick me all the way from Riverside, he was supposed to pick me up, but my flight got delayed in Dubai. So he was at the airport for over 6 hours
Wow.
and decided to
Mm,
leave because I wasn't showing up because my flight was delayed in Dubai due to certain. So, and I had no way to contact him. So when I got here, I'm like, I was waiting. I tried to use the payphone. Dude, I'm from Ghana, man. I just got in the US. I don't know how the payphone works, so I have to put a coin in it. I'm standing there like, yo, this is it. This is the real deal. Do I have to go back home? I'm here. So I always ask a lot of questions. I asked a couple of people out there, and they told, oh, you need to change this money, put it here, and then so I called him. He said, dude, I've been at the airport for 8 hours. Dude, I thought you weren't coming. So now I have to find a hotel. And telling you, I didn't have no credit card, and all the tickets, credit card. They're looking at me
yeah.
like, dude, what are you using cash for to get a
Right.
hotel? And I was telling dude, I'm like, yo, please, I just want a place to sleep. So I had to call my friend again, who actually gave them the details, his credit card. They didn't even want to take it; they thought it was scam.
Right.
Mm,
I was showing this guy my Ghanaian passport with a backpack in my back. He was like, nah, nah, this is a scam. I'm like, dude, I just want a place to sleep. Finally, he decided to give me a spot. My friend paid for the hotel, and in
hmm.
the morning he came to get me from
Wow.
LA, from that LAX to Riverside. Yeah, crazy.
Again. That's
Yeah,
a good friend, man. That's a good
yeah.
friend.
He came back. He came back like, yo, I'm at work right now. Once I get off in the morning, I'm gonna come get you. I'm like, cool.
All right. All right. So you
Wow.
landed. So what was the plan of attack? You got here, get to LA, get to Riverside next day or next week.
And just
You're thinking what? What's my plan of attack? What's the approach
dude,
to this whole music game you were thinking?
well, I didn't actually come here for music.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, hey, I'm a breadwinner back
Okay.
home. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to come to the US, work hard, take care of family, and just live
Right.
my life. That was the main goal.
Right.
So music actually started here when I met my friend Black Pages. I know you already know Black
Oh
Pages.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's my homie. So he was already into the party scene DJing. So I reached out to him like, hey man, hey, let me know anytime you need help. I'm down to help you and all that stuff. Let's get stuff rolling. He said, oh, come on in. So we linked up. We linked up, and it was going in the studio that time. Like, oh, okay. So we'll always go to the studio, and I'll be in the back, just chilling, watching whatever was going on, because I didn't want to be too like, hey, I know how to do this, I know how to
Right.
do that, until
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
got familiar with each other, and then I jumped right into the party scene with him, and I was doing production pretty much. He was the one DJ, I was doing production, so that
Okay.
actually also paved the way for me to understand, like, oh, this is really cool, and that's when the music thing started. Like we were
Right.
like, man, this is it. This is what we've been called to do. So let's get it.
Right. So when you arrived here, did you go to university in Ghana, or did you go to university once you arrived here, and your degrees in electrical engineering?
Yeah, electronic engineer. I had my associate's electronic engineering here, ITT
Okay.
Tech, which got closed down
Okay.
a couple of years ago. But I had my diploma in economics and statistics back home in Ghana. So I had a little bit
Uh-huh.
of education when I got here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the funny thing. So this is the funny thing. I got here. with my Ghanaian certificate, thinking, oh man, economics and statistics, I'm about to, go crazy here. So I started applying for universities, and they're looking at my certificate like, dude, what is this, man? They didn't even know what the hell I'm holding. I'm like, this is my certificate. I did economics and statistics. They said, nah, you have to start all over again. So I
Wow.
Oh,
actually, yeah, yeah. But I think now it's a little better. Now I think it's a little better. Before, our certificate was nothing. Like they were just looking at you like, okay, well, it could be any. They did not even believe the paper I was holding. They were like, it might be, where did you get this thing from? I'm like,
Right.
you can call the school. They didn't have time to do all that because again, I was on financial aid at that time.
hmm
Hmm.
I was getting money from the government, paying for my school. I was going to pay later. So all they wanted was the money. Let's start all over. So then I started my associates in electronic engineering and telecommunications here when I got here,
okay,
and I managed to graduate.
gotcha,
I was with all party and stuff. Yeah.
gotcha. So, so you're in LA now, right?
hmm
So when you were with Pages, you were doing production, and then when did you break out and start to make your own tracks?
Man, so I think COVID started it all. You know,
So COVID started Moonlight.
yeah, COVID started Moonlight.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. Um,
Big,
yeah, yeah.
so Big D, I got a secret to tell you, man.
Go for
So
it.
he sent me this track that he did back in, I think it was in August of this summer,
Okay.
hmm
called Moonlight.
hmm
So this song, it's amazing. I mean, I kind of read the backstory on it about,
hmm
I guess in Ghana, when you were kids, you weren't
hmm
allowed to date girls. So you would sneak out at night and
Yeah.
under the moonlight, you guys would hang out.
Yep.
The track is ridiculous.
Well,
I
let's.
would play that in Big Bear, on the 101 in my house, and everywhere. So what? So yeah, that track is dope,
Thanks.
and the two people on it are amazing. It's is it Stylo Live and
Still alive.
Daya?
Still
Stylo Live
Dia.
and Daya.
Dia.
Dia.
Dia. Dia. Shout out to Dia though. Shout out to Still Alive. If they're listening to this.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So really, your music really started during the pandemic
COVID. Yeah.
on the serious music
No,
that
no
you were
place to
producing.
go. Everybody's stuck inside, getting mad creative. Turn it work, make it work for yourself. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Um. So when COVID started, everybody else thinking, oh, this is gonna be like a week or two, and we're gonna be back into the party scene. Because
Yeah.
at that time we were going crazy. We were doing Afro Go at that time, so there was
Hmm.
no time. We had little time to be in the studio making music because we were always on the go. So when COVID hit, we thought 2 weeks, everything's gonna be over, and it's 1 month. Things are not getting better. 1 month and 2 weeks. What's happening? So the board, I'm like, okay, well, let me start this thing in the house. So, I hop on Amazon, started ordering, my sound bars and all the stuff that I needed, my mixes and everything. And, I said, oh, great. Well, everything just happened, like
Hmm.
I was like, and the good thing was choosing the kind of music that I wanted to make.
Hmm.
We had a party called Tribal. We were creating a party called Tribal,
Yeah, I remember
strictly
Tribal.
Afro,
Yep.
strictly Afro house, like
Yeah.
strictly.
At Globals, I went there. We played one of the small rooms one night, and we
Yeah.
got into the
The
big room
small,
one night. I
small.
was like, wait a second.
Boy.
It was on and cracking. I remember that one.
Yeah. So tribal, um, Pages with DJ playing tribal music, and I'm like, man, this is spiritual. This is not no Afrobeat thing. This is really, really spiritual stuff. So I fell in love with house, like deep house music.
Mm.
And so when production started, when I started producing, I'm like, what do I want to do? You understand? And I know for a fact that house music has been there for a long time. House music's been, I don't know how long I can say. When I was growing up, I was hearing out in the midst of fella. I was
Yeah.
listening to my granddad, listening to fella dancing in the house, and I would sit down like the sound. the sounds, guitars and all that stuff. So cutting everything short and moving forward, tribal was something that actually pushed me to start a kind of production that because the sound I was hearing when we were having those parties.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, what is this one? What is this guy called on a piano? What is this? All advanced
Mm.
house music with drums and flute and all that stuff. Let's hop on it. And then Moonlight came like from nowhere, from nowhere, from nowhere. It just came. It just came like that.
Fantastic.
So then the artists that are on the track, you
Mm.
guys, how did you collaborate? They just,
Now,
it just
there's
came
the good
together
stuff.
some crazy spiritual way.
So Dia, I met Dia through I was going to the airport, something like that, and she picked me up. She was doing Uber during those pandemic. So she picked me up. I was with my manager Ruth, and she said, "Hey, can you guys listen to my music?" I'm like, "Oh, cool." And she played her music, which she played her music to us. We were just like, I was really reluctant at that time. I was just chilling, like, "Oh, great," I was like, "Great." So we exchanged Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
A month later, once I finished with Moonlight, I was just sitting there like, man, now I need an artist, to hop on this beat. So then I was sitting down and I spoke to my manager and I said, hey, why not? Let's reach out to Dia. So we reached out to Dia, who said, okay, great, I want to do this. I'm like, cool. And this is the greatest thing. I actually didn't have a better microphone. I didn't have a better microphone.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, I know my boy Stilo because I used to go to the studio with him and Pages. Stilo has a better equipment. So let's go to Stilo's house. Let's go put the vocals on the beat. We went to Stilo's house. We were just sitting, we were listening to the beat. And it was like, yo, this beat is fire. How about I put this and that on it? Let's just put one or two keys and all the stuff on it and see the direction it takes. I'm like, oh man, I'm open to it. Let's
Right.
do it. He put one or two to it. We brought it back home. Dia actually did a vocals the first time she did vocals. We were sitting there like, yo, this is fuego. This is fire.
Wow.
We did all she did all that she could do. We came back home. I went back to the project, added a couple of stuff. We went back to the studio and it was magical. She actually did Moonlight in one take.
Wow.
She did
So
Moonlight.
That's fantastic.
in one take. So because
Hmm.
you sent me a copy, but I was listening
Hmm.
to the one I think on SoundCloud or something.
Oh yeah.
And at the end of it, you hear somebody say, "You're a superstar."
That was me.
You were talking to her, right?
Yeah, I was talking
So
to
that was
her.
the one take.
Yeah,
Was that the one take?
that was
That's
the one
amazing.
take. It was never edited. It
Holy
was
shit.
it was raw. Everything that was raw. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. And then
So,
she did the ad-libs same day. She did all that stuff one take, and then we played it. I'm like, yo, she did the ad-libs, and the record was done one day.
Wow. Fantastic. So we got to hear that on this podcast, man, if you don't mind.
Hey.
Maybe along with some of your other music, if you don't mind. When this is all done after this intro, we'll play some of your music, and definitely now would have been talking about Moonlight. I'm gonna
Mhm.
highlight Moonlight on that as well, if you don't mind.
No, we're good. We're good. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go.
Okay. Looking forward to it. Something for the
I'm
blenders out
okay.
there. Grab onto.
on mute. Did Moonlight, is that just one track on you? You was it you
You bore
Bomi?
me. You bore me. Yeah,
You
it
Boomy?
means life.
You Boomy?
Yeah.
So did Moonlight come out before that EP came out, or is it part
Yeah,
of the EP?
I dropped it. I dropped Moonlight as a single. I dropped Moonlight as a single, and then I added Moonlight to the whole package. So I was working on an EP. So when Moonlight was ready, I threw it out there, and then it just picked up. I'm like, oh, so it actually was part of the project I was working with, but it was ready at that time, and I released it as a single at that time.
Okay, because that EP is I was listening to a bunch of it today and the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
then you sent me like the English translations
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
what's the
Mm-hmm.
one track? Fani or some
Siafana.
Siafana. Siafana.
Siafana. The
Siafana.
names, man.
Siafana. See, it's damn Black Americans. That's how we get it. Siafana is about it's what's amazing about you is when I listen to your music, you're
Mm-hmm.
from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
You rock these Ama piano tracks that are
Hmm.
come out of South Africa,
Africa.
but you keep the original language in those tracks. You have, I don't know her name, the girl from Nigeria. She's Nigerian in Benin.
Yep,
Let's
her
see.
Quincy Felix. Yeah, she's
So
she's she's half Nigerian, half American.
okay,
She's from Nigeria, half Nigerian, a little bit, Benin, and Mashke is straight from South Africa.
yeah. So that track is amazing because it talks about it's he's. I'm like, because I'm reading the translations and I'm like, you know, why don't how come you can't get along with me because I
Hmm.
don't look like you? And I'm thinking
Yeah.
black and white, but no, I'm like, but no, it's about him being brown and she's darker. She's black.
Yeah.
That's an amazing track. So the way that you can bring all these different artists from different places in Africa together to make even one song
Hmm.
harmoniously as you do is like
Hmm.
a god. It's a blessing. The way that it's just, it's next level. And I think, I mean, I read this one interview on
Yeah.
ghcasa.com.
Yeah.
Now, your in your mind, what you want to do is do exactly that. Bring all these different elements of Africa together to make your
Hmm.
own sound
Right.
and give it to the world.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
Africa is a shit, and there's
Let's
so many
go.
different. And when you can bring different cultures within
Get
Africa
it?
together to make a track, and it blends and it's harmonious, it's spiritual, man. So I mean, I'm just like, whoa. And the way that you guys came together, how she picked you up, and next thing you know, she's on this track with you that's
That's
playing all
crazy.
around the world. It's really awesome. It's
That
really
was
awesome.
crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, she's dropping something, I think, on the 12th of this month.
Okay. Okay.
Dia's dropping a home project. Congratulations to her. And yeah, so I really, really, it's been great. Moonlight paved the way for me because it was my first single,
Hmm.
my first single, and it made me learn a lot. It made me learn a lot when I was actually working on the EP. It made me
Okay.
learn a lot on what I want, where I want this music to go, the kind of people I wanted to touch. But if I want to say big shout out to you yourself, this year I want to thank you so much.
Of course.
You're one of the big DJs and who actually picked it up from the jump, from the beginning. And I'm like, oh wow, this is amazing, And I always appreciate you and everything you do. And then DJ Big D,
Yes, sir.
much respect, like much respect, because I was really sure I had people reaching out to me about you playing Moonlight when you did that video on the balcony. people, I have
Right.
people reach out to me. Hey, I heard your music. DJ Slayer was playing your music, and I want to say that I actually streamed it, and it was the most beautiful thing. And I'm like, wow, wow. It was
Yeah.
a good feeling actually. It was
I
really so.
know.
I really totally
We got to get
appreciate you
back
guys.
to it. More music, live people. We got to get some more live people, more bodies, man. It's
Hmm.
good, but I can't wait. We both can't wait to get out there
Yeah.
and get some more people in the camp and play some music live. This is going
Yeah.
on. Hopefully, we'll do it safer going forward, but it's
Hey,
about that
that's it.
time.
I wanted to talk about the set you guys had on Clubhouse
Hmm.
when we did the tribal. I think down in Irvine Riverside.
Right.
That set was crazy. The set you two had was crazy. And the
Oh,
Yeah.
funny,
the social
you- the so, ooh,
the
That's
social
all good.
sanctuary.
That's all good. And I think shortly
ooh.
after that, I saw some other. I think it was some people in Berlin that were doing social distance parties where they were sitting in chairs and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Can't do that no more. I don't care if a spaceship is in the back of that thing. It doesn't matter. This music is a two-way street. It's a
Mhm.
conversation between the DJ, the music, and the people. All those
Mhm.
elements got to be in place for this bad boy to sing. If they're not there, it's not the same. You know what I mean? Okay, we're
Yeah.
doing it in sports. Okay, I get it, whatnot. But
Mhm.
our thing is needs to vibe off of people to have the connection. So
Yeah.
although it was a great set in the whole 9 yard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is different. I
Here's
actually don't play the same way. I don't play the same way when people are not there. It doesn't for me
For you,
doesn't make that
but
doesn't
that
make
was a
that
crazy
connection.
set.
Yeah, it doesn't make that connection. But you know, it's time to get
It was
back.
a great.
Oh,
It was, yo, the whole set. I was like, man, man, it was dope. It was, and I totally understand. It's
the funny thing is,
different.
I can watch other people doing it. I don't have a problem with that at all. I can watch other people playing it. But if I'm there, like you know how it is sometimes when you're playing, you got an idea, you got this track, you're gonna put this bad boy, but then something else comes in out of nowhere, and you go in a different direction, and the direction pays off. Somebody is
Yep.
jumping because okay, great, I made a mistake. Although I was gonna play track A, I'm gonna play track B
B.
because of the vibe of the crowd. So for
Yeah.
me, if that element isn't there, it's just not the same. But I can
Yeah.
enjoy other people playing. It just that's for me, it doesn't work the same.
That's dope. That's dope.
I had an amazing time. I felt like we were at Coachella, even though we looked
Mhm.
up and it was just like 5 guys in a sound
I
booth.
sweaty dudes in the room. I'm like, yo, man, this ain't it. This is all right. You know what
But
I'm
yeah,
saying? This is all right.
Yo, this is just beautiful music. It's beautiful. House
so
But
music.
yeah,
I love us.
Mr. Ama Piano, Afro House, Afro
Hmm.
Beat. Have
Hmm.
you been to South Africa? You've been to South Africa then?
No.
What?
No.
Yo. So do you speak Kosa or do you speak Zulu or you just
No. No.
some
I
words?
some words. Yeah. Well, basically, all my music title is
Mm-hmm.
strictly from South Africa. Itate, or my new project, Itate. You bore me in Miss Life in South African Zulu language.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Iafana and Closer, the girl actually wanted to name the song Closer. I should have sent you the meaning of Closer is much deeper, about the destination she's taken. She's going to get there regardless of the hardship. And then we did Voice of Africa. Um, and Moonlight was already there. Moonlight, I had inspiration when I stepped outside. Um, and then Keys and Drums. Keys and Drums was
Woo!
the Keys
Stop.
and
Keys and drum.
Drums.
So keys and drums. Before we go into keys and drums, I want to ask you. So, how are the High Life boys in Ghana viewing Ama Piano from South Africa? Are they feeling it? Are they like, yo, we High Life? Or is it a little mix of any pushback? Or are they all in?
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm a piano. It's slowly and gradually picking up. Now in Ghana, we've had a couple of singers do it, but it's not. Now
Okay.
it's getting more commercialized. Now
Mm-hmm.
the Nigerians are already on it. Um,
Of course.
Tanzania
Of course.
is going crazy in Tanzania. It's going crazy in Kenya. The
Okay.
Nigerians is already going crazy, and Ghanaians are slowly. I mean, the sound is broad, and I know about
Mm-hmm.
my Ghanaians. They don't like to just shit. They want to take their time, understanding, oh, what kind of music is this? Can I actually do this? If I cannot do it, I'll just stay in my own lane.
Right.
So I'm a piano in Ghana. It's not for everybody. It's not even. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
not for everybody in Kenya or Tanzania. It's only
Mm-hmm.
for the South Africans. So as the Ghanaians producing, making their sound, whenever people look on my Instagram page, they're like, "Dude, where are you from?"
Mm.
Yeah.
A little
When
bit
I
of this,
first,
a
I
little
was
bit of
like,
that.
where's
Where
y'all
are you?
from?
Where's this guy
He's
from?
from Ghana. He's from the Black Star country.
I'm like, oh, I
And
just
then
wanna.
when I heard, go ahead.
And when they asked me, I'm like, oh, I'm from Ghana. I was born in Ghana, grew up in Ghana. I've only been in the US for getting to 7 years now. And they're like, no way. You ever been to South Africa? I'm like, no. Who taught you how to make this music? I'm like, oh, well, it's a miracle I'm making it. They say, wow,
Mm.
wow, wow, wow.
So
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 just
keys and drum.
Mhm.
keys and drums. I listened to it. I was like, oh shit, I hear some gold music. And
Mhm.
then I heard like the steel drum from the Caribbean,
Mhm.
kind of. And then I'm like, what's going on here? And then I looked up, like, Ghana music is highly influenced by the Caribbean. I had no idea that it was until today.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't know that.
I wanted to talk about High Life. I have on my EP, I had High Life with somebody from South Africa, Mashke, and a dude, one of my boys from Ghana, Easy Zig. Shout out to him too. He also jumped on it. But again, with the question you asked about my Ghanaian society on the whole I'm a piano thing, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. It's gonna just take time, you know. And I
Mhm.
know people in Ghana who are actually making I'm a piano. They are making it. The producers that are doing it, but they still don't want to get out of their shells and say, okay, I'm making this
Right.
because of the Afrobeat. Afrobeat is really big and wide now that
Yeah.
it's going to be hard for my Ghanaians to actually just, okay, we're going to be doing it because that's not their genre of music. They're sticking to Afrobeat, hip life. And then now they have a drill going on, which is dope. So yeah, the Ghanaians are going to pick it up. It's just a matter of time. You know, we just have to keep with us in the midst of, like I mentioned, DJ Kwamzi, a good producer, is in the UK from Ghana, and then my own brother, Black Pages, also is holding it down.
Indeed. Shout out to Pages. Busy dude, man. Busy cat. Busy
Salute
cat.
Pages. He just
Indeed.
got back from Ghana. He'd been there a few months,
Yeah, he's
I
back.
think.
He got back last week. Yeah, he's back from Ghana after a month. I'm like, hey man, when are you coming back? He said like, hey, this is all nice here in Ghana. I'm not coming back. So this shit is over.
Right. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I
He
don't
coming
blame
back
him.
to what? Shit.
I don't blame him. Sit around.
COVID-19.
Shoot. I can't don't blame him. Shout out to Black Pages. Get it.
Black Pages,
Yeah.
what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
So since you have so many people collaborating on your songs or your
Hmm.
tracks, do you come up with is there a formula, or is it just depends on what it on every song that you make? Do you already have an idea who's going to be on the track, or do
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
meet people and then create a track, or is it a little bit of both?
No, I know who. I normally make the meat for specific people after Ibomi, and I made it for specific people. Not everybody, but it depends on the artist and what I hear and who. It's just like a voice.
Hmm.
Okay.
When I'm producing, it's just like a voice that keep occurring to me, the kind of production that I'm making. Oh, I think Bolly, you know, well, I want to work with Bolly. Let me listen to her. I take like a week to listen to Bolly, and then I go dark blue, and start
Hmm.
making, the specific sound to fit her is because of just her. With just not her can make it, any other person can jump on it, but I just don't make. I make it. I have a target in my mind, like I want this person on the track So
Okay.
I'm just making it around what they can be able to work with. Sometimes it doesn't work like that because you finish the beat, you send it to the artist, and they're like, okay, you know. But a different artist hearing the same beat, they said, "Ooh, I want to jump on it."
Right.
But that was
Okay.
not actually. But again, great. If you want to work on it, let's get it done.
That's funny that
Okay.
you may feel a certain way about a certain artist.
Mhm.
They're not connecting, but another artist can connected that you probably weren't mindful of, and
Mhm.
they interpret it in a different way as well. That's a risk, I guess. That's the risk of taking a chance because you have an idea. It's almost like casting a movie. You have an idea who wants to play the part, but they may not see themselves in that part. It's interesting.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep. That's
Wow.
exactly DJ Big D. That's exactly what happens sometimes. Yeah.
Well, listen, we want to thank you for jumping in on the blend, jumping on this bad boy. This podcast is dedicated to the culture of house music and the fact that you are from Ghana all the way to living in Los Angeles, producing some
Yeah.
music, making it happen out there. We want to say shout out to you. This bad boy is global and worldwide as we see it. The effects of it are far-reaching, and you're living proof that this bad boy is still going, and people are producing it and twisting it and turning it and making it their own. So thank you so much for being on the Blend LA podcast. And we look forward to hearing some of your music coming up real soon, right after this, because we got to hear about that moonlit. We've been talking about the bad boy for about an hour. So this is for some other stuff. We gotta hear it. One of my man Day Slayer's favorites. I'm sure it's one of mine soon coming as well.
I'll send it to you, D.
Indeed. Yeah, because you were holding the track. I didn't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. You were holding on to the track. It's the first I'm hearing about this bad boy that you are holding tracks out. But that's all right.
But
it's on now.
I actually have a house project coming out soon. I'm working on strictly house music.
Fantastic.
Which is I think it's gonna shake a little, it's gonna shake stuff up because house music has been always be my passion. I have a house project coming also, and I have a transition, my next project, which is almost 80% done, transition EP coming out, pretty much an album, 6 to 7 tracks also. I have a house project coming. I might probably drop a couple of of these days.
Okay.
Strictly house, not on the piano.
Go ahead, T.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is this Amapiano of the West?
Well,
Or
that is
something
also
different?
I'm a piano from the West. I would probably really want to talk about it a little bit before we wrap this thing up. So
Okay.
it's just a project on its own. I realized the South Africans are doing it, and me as a producer, I think I could start a movement of having to producers from the west of Africa. So we're talking about Nigeria. We're talking about my all the producers in Ghana. We're talking about all the producers I know and my friends. Like my friends who are actually in the game. Making music, throwing music out and producing. I thought it would be a bigger project. Having a soul, maybe 5 or 6 tracks. I'm a piano from the west, trying to show the South Africans, hey, we understand you guys are holding it down, but there's some new cats from the West Africa who's adapting. But that is a different project where I actually have my next project coming out. I'll probably have to drop one single maybe in March. I'm thinking, it's all good. And I actually featured somebody from Kenya, that is East Africa.
There you go.
From Ghana to East Africa, and then I have a couple of South Africans on it, and then I have a couple of Italian on Amapiano. And the funny thing is, my house music is featuring somebody from France.
Wow. Global. Worldwide. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Damn.
That is
Amapiano.
So go ahead.
So Amapiano from the West is just it's a project on its own. This transition EP is my project, and then I have my house project. I don't have a name for it yet. Maybe I have to get in touch with you, Slayer. So
Why not?
Yeah,
so folks, where can they see you? Instagram. What's your Instagram handle? Your Facebook handle? Twitch, Twitter? Where? Give us all your information.
Yeah.
Go out there. Instagram is _ Yaw Appiah, spelled as YAWAPPIAH. Again, YAW. APPIAH. Even on Google, once you type in the same name, it's going to populate my information. It's the same _ Yaw Appiah on Twitter. Twitch is the same. Everywhere is the same.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a very unusual name. So once it's in there, it's in there. I like that. Well, we want to thank you so much for today joining us, man, and telling us all about your journey here. And we look forward to big things coming from you. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And coming up next, some of your music right here on the Blend LA podcast.
Send us some tracks and we'll put it in.
I think I'll send you the house project for you to check it out since you guys are the master of it. Let me know. I like to push it out to the big boys, and I like feedbacks. I like the critics too. So I'll send you a couple of links. So just check it out and let me know what you think on the house project.
You got it. Yaw Appiah, everybody. Yaw Appiah on Blend LA podcast. I'm DJ Big D.
And I'm Day Slayer. Thank you, Yaw, and thank Miss Ruth also for putting it all together.
Shout out to
you
Ruth.
all stay safe and well, and we cannot wait to reconvene outside of the digital world.
Indeed.
That's beautiful. Before we leave, I just want to say thank you to you guys. Also, this is amazing, and much respect and love. God bless you guys for what you're doing, pushing the culture. The whole team behind all this is we really do appreciate it, and it's a big blessing to us. Watching and it's even on being on this platform means a lot to me. And I sometimes get a little emotional when I'm given this kind of platform because I totally do appreciate this. I'm humbled, and I want to thank you, DJ Slayer, for holding me down, and DJ Big D. I really totally appreciate you also.
Indeed.
God bless you, and much respect to everybody who's listening. Keep streaming, just keep listening to the Blend LA.
Hey,
It's the
there you
door.
go. There you go. Well, we
What
appreciate
what
you as well, man.
yes. One more thing I want to say is
Mhm.
this is the reason why we created this platform
True. True that.
is we wanted to let people know who the people were that started it and who the people are that are continuing it. And you are one of those people.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, totally appreciate
So
this, and God bless. I'm really, really humbled. Thank
Bright
you,
light.
guys.
for sure.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
That's it, everybody, for the culture of house music with the DJ Big T. We do
And I'm
this for the culture of house music. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
peace.
All right. Have a good night.
You
Thank you,
too.
guys.
Coming up next are a few tracks off of Yaw's EP called Ubome. Enjoy.
Asizofezeka amaphupho ami nendlela sengiyayibona. Ngizohamba le ndlela ngize ngifike la ngifuna ukuya khona. Ngizohamba le ndlela ngize ngifike la ngifuna ukuya khona.
Baluea, 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 Baluea. You turn on my light, you turn on my light. You make me feel so right, you make me feel so right. Wanna make you my wife, wanna make you my wife. Wanna make you my wife, wanna make you my wife. Will you give me that high life, high life, high life, high life? Oh, that higher life, oh, that higher life. Oh, you make me feel so right, you make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right. Oh, you give me that high life, high life, high life, high life. Oh, you make me feel so right. You make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right. When you touch, tease, squeeze, baby, that makes me feel so weak. When you touch, tease, squeeze, oh baby, that makes me feel so weak. You give me that high life, high life, high life, high life. Oh, you make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right, baby, so right.
Mommy, like a boom in the mood. Sexy mama, move to the groove. Tonight I'm showing you improve. Go to the mood, me say go to my mule. So what's up, my mule? You know you blow my mind, girl, you ain't my mind. So your body smoking like a cigarettes. Show them sexy with your figure eight. Tonight we vibe, we go celebrate. If the vibe is right, make up penetrate. You, put you in the mood. Baby, make we do all the freaky things way we do.
Oh, when you touch, tease, squeeze, baby, that makes me feel so weak. When you touch, tease, squeeze, oh baby, that makes me feel so weak. You give me that high life, high life, high life, high life. Oh, you make me feel so right. Ooh, you make me feel so right, baby. So right, 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 amasiko wethu awafani kodwa masithandane njengalo wasivela ndibonisa uthando lwakho 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 iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena ngithukelane ngoba ngizulu ngithukelane ngoba ngimnyama igazi lafana masithandane ndibonise lolo thando endikubalo ndibonise lolo thando endikubalo ndibonise lolo thando ndiyazi ulusu lwethu alufani okakuthi siphathane kabi ndiyazi ukuthi amasiko wethu awafani kodwa masithandane njengalo wasivela ndibonisa uthando lwakho 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 iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena iyo ave senzena ngithukelane ngoba ngizulu ngithukelane ngoba ngimnyama igazi lafana masithandane ndibonise lolo thando endikubalo ndibonise lolo thando endikubalo ndibonise lolo thando
Once again, that was Yaw Appiah, music and conversation. Interesting young man. A lot I'm looking forward to this year and the years to come about his music, where he's going to take it. Obviously, he's interested in working with a lot of other interesting people all over the continent of Africa, Europe, and the United States. So big things, big things. This young man's take on this whole house music scene, as well as his own styling, fantastic,
Yeah.
phenomenal, man. Can't wait. Can't
I
wait.
can't wait either. I see him as one of the juggernauts of the west coast of Africa in the future when it comes to, well, it's house music, but there's elements, different elements from Amapiano to Afro house, whatever
Mhm.
genres you want to say. But I really think he's going to be one of the, I was going to say cats, 52, 54, we say cats, but I think he's one of the people that is a super promising future in house music for him. And I truly believe people around the world are going to be dancing
Right.
and
Well, you
listening
said it
to
earlier
his music.
about how there was influences of music that you learned earlier about the Caribbean connection. This is definitely a tenet of Pan-Africanism, you know what I mean? Music is one of those
Yes.
things. So here it is in itself. It's rearing its head in a different way, if you will. I'm thinking not solely that different, but we know music. Music influences a lot of people. And a cat like him coming from Ghana, listening to music that he may have heard from the United States or maybe from Europe, taking it and putting his own spin on it, listening to music from his own continent, whether it be South Africa or Nigeria or other places,
Right.
and making that gumbo I talked about earlier. It's wonderful, man. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. It's in safe hands, the future of this music, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I can't wait to see what they cook up. How about that? Cook up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode in the bag. LA Blend Podcast. My name is DJ Big D,
And I'm Day Slayer.
and we do this for the culture of house music. Thank you so much.